One pre-wedding photo from Bali made people stop scrolling, but not for the romantic reason the photographer expected. The shoot featured a couple named Teddy and Steffani along Gajah Mada Street in Bali, Indonesia. Most of the photographs had a warm, retro style. The couple walked through the corridor of a heritage building, posed beside a vintage truck, and shared a heart-shaped pizza marked with the words Mr. and Mrs. But the first photograph created a completely different mood. It showed the couple walking in the background, while a blurred pair of feet appeared to be dangling above them in the foreground. There was no explanation attached to the image. Some viewers noticed the couple first. Then they saw the feet and thought the photograph looked more like a scene from a horror film than a wedding album. Comments quickly focused on the unsettling composition. One viewer joked that it looked less like a wedding and more like The Conjuring. However, the real explanation was far less dramatic. The Bali-based photography team, Misread, later released behind-the-scenes footage. A worker was standing on a ladder nearby. The photographer noticed his legs hanging down and used them as a natural foreground while the couple walked below. Nobody was suspended from the building. It was simply an unexpected photography angle. Here is what makes this story interesting. The photograph was technically creative. It added depth, framed the couple, and turned an ordinary street scene into something people remembered. But visual storytelling depends heavily on context. Without seeing the ladder, viewers filled in the missing information themselves. The first image also mattered because social media posts are judged within seconds. A confusing opening photograph may attract attention, but it can completely change how people understand the rest of the work. That creates a difficult balance for photographers and content creators. An unusual image can make a post stand out in a crowded feed. Yet if the visual message is too unclear, the audience may remember the misunderstanding instead of the intended story. In this case, the unexpected reaction probably gave the photography studio far more online attention than a conventional wedding shoot would have received. Still, viral attention is not always the same as successful communication. The photograph became famous because people initially read it incorrectly. My view is that the photographer showed strong awareness of composition, but underestimated how the cropped foreground would appear without behind-the-scenes context. It is a useful lesson for anyone posting visual content online. Before publishing, ask what a viewer with no background information will notice first. Do you think the photograph was cleverly artistic, or should the photographer have selected a less confusing opening image? Share your view below and follow 2230 for more stories explained beyond the headline.